My name is Bang Yang, or students call me Super Young. I'm a Hmong heritage language teacher in the Osseo area schools in the northwest suburb of the Twin Cities. And because of COVID, I'm teaching my students in our Distance Learning Academy program all year. We have over 300 Hmong heritage students at 2 sites. The goal of our program is to create a safe space for students to rediscover and deepen their identity, advance their language proficiency, increase their cultural knowledge, and to acquire tools to be successful in life.
I think being in Hmong class for the past 3 years, just being around all of the students, it's been inspiring to see how much everyone has grown.
It really brought me out of my comfort zone, and also just because my Hmong wasn't really that good back then, so and the fact that I had to act in a movie and talking Hmong and speaking Hmong when my Hmong in general wasn't even that good, but also brought me closer to some people who I've never met.
And I just want to make sure you understand what you're saying. So
yeah, it's like we're very happy to come and la respect la God yeah, and then ก็รู้ดารู้จอก็ตูเสียตูจีมุตาอีเสียอีสีหมอก
ไปยอนยอ
ไปยอนจอ ไปยอนจอก็รู้ดารู้จอ
You don't need to say รู้ดารู้จอ because it's you got what you need, so it's not the to help prepare food and setting, huh? So you have to go to the city. You just had near. Go to the city. Prepare food, setting, only more make gong the to make gong la pila la, you know.
So the pay on share got to say to G mutai easy.
Pay yuan jiao.
No matter where students are at with their language proficiency, we help them grow. It's not about competition or comparing themselves with others, but their journey that matters.
I feel like there's not a specific project that we did. I liked everything that we did because being in this class, it allowed us to explore different things.
A safe space is created in our classroom so students can share their lived experiences to build confidence.
And through this journey, I've been sharing a lot of painful experiences. So it's getting off my chest. So it's an inspirational place to be. Because now I did have a goal before, but now I'm trying new things and I'm finding more interest that I like. So I'm also kind of finding myself.
We turn those lived experiences into written publications to amplify student voices. In addition, we tackle hard-to-discuss topics through an ethnic studies lens, engaging in conversations around equity.
It was the book previous to Dear My Teacher, and we had an event, and we, the kids in the Hmong classes, they all volunteered to help cook, the recipes that were in that book. Yeah, and then I think it was really fun because we all got to help each other cook, and then we got to enjoy it with parents and the authors came and read their stories, and it was really meaningful because it brought a lot of us Hmong students together and parents and other staffs and people within the Hmong community.
At the same time, allowing students to be in control of their learning, whether that's with a group project, reading, or discussion in class. Furthermore, the mental health well-being of students is top priority. When students are physically virtually in class, but their mind is not, they are not engaged. Students may carry trauma over the years with no place to breathe. As a result, we work closely with our school support staff to ensure students are mentally healthy.
CLIMB introduces life concepts that aren't necessarily taught in public schools. It also provides challenges. It also challenges students to, think about their thought process around success, leadership, community, and CLIMB helps create a supportive and positive social environment where students like yourself can strive to fully live, your truth.
This pandemic is actually a blessing with school because it actually my grades are the highest they've ever been. So I think that has really improved with the change in school.
In real life school before COVID, we never really had a lot of self-paced work. but when we all had to do distance learning, a lot of teachers switched to self-paced work, and I think that's very helpful for the students who had a hard time like switching over to balancing school and home. So I think self-paced work was really helpful.
Our teachers, I feel like we should especially appreciate them this year. I feel like our teachers care. And like me being a person who hates asking for help, like when your teachers know what you're doing or what is going on, they're going to be more lenient. I've never seen teachers be so caring or being so, kind to students before, and I feel like this year specifically just showed how much teachers care.
Our class focuses on self-love, self-care, mindset, healing, and so much more when we know students may need that extra push to rejuvenate their motivation to continue on this difficult journey during the COVID. It's important that our students have a voice in class every day as well. Lastly, we provide many opportunities for students to tap into the extensive knowledge and expertise of our community through artist residency, partnerships with organizations and universities, youth-led community conversations, and inviting guest speakers to share their journeys.
Growing up in the 90s in America was really tough. Transitioning for my parents and so your grandparents' generation and everything was traumatic in a lot of ways because of the secret war, and then also being resettled into a brand new country, and a lot of that spilled over to my generation, to Mrs. Yang's generation, Mrs. Yer's generation. So for me, writing was a way to deal with anxiety and depression, and I started journaling on Facebook of all things, and it started catching traction, and people were saying, wow, you should share this. And so then that's kind of how it came about. Just talking about things that I saw and things that affected me and how I was dealing with it. So that started a couple of years ago, and then it eventually turned into a career because it resonated well enough with people that they really, started saying, well, you write for me too. And then it went from my stories to starting to tell other people's stories, and then from other people's stories into commentary about Hmong society and what we need to change, what we need to do better, and also even into your generation and to the issues that you guys are coming up against now. Some things like generational shift, the differences between the traditional thought process of your parents or your grandparents versus where you guys are, and some of the issues that you're dealing with that your parents didn't have to deal with, right? And then also helping you guys understand where your parents are coming from too, because it's hard to understand where each are coming from if you've never had to live it. So part of my passion and my desire to help the Hmong community is helping to build that bridge for you guys.
All of these classroom and community experiences give students tools to prepare for life beyond high school. Thank you.